All right, so we're gonna talk about the allegory of the cave, like Plato. So what happens is there's these three prisoners in the cave, and they're chained, and there's a wall up behind them. And as people walk by with like stuff on their heads, like objects, like plates, pots, animals, they see like the shadow of it on the wall, but they can only look forward, so they can't look back. So all they see is the shadow of what's going on. And then one of the prisoners, he escapes and he goes up to the surface, and he's kind of like blinded by the light, and it takes him a while to get used to it.
Yeah, I think it goes like he like sees his reflection. He like sees his reflection in like the water.
Yeah, that's how he starts off. Yeah, he sees the reflection of himself in the water. That's how he starts off. And then eventually he gets to like see the sun, like the actual sun. So, and then he goes back down to the cave and he goes to other prisoners and like he tells them about what he saw and stuff and what he experienced. But they threaten to kill him and they don't believe him at all. And basically like, they don't want to know about what's happening up there because all they know is what's in the prison.
Yeah, they only know about what they've been able to experience in their lifetime.
Yeah, so what do you think? Like, what do you think it represents?
I mean, I think it can kind of be compared to how we are living on Earth, and with the knowledge that there is a greater space, around us, that there's the solar system and all the planets and the millions and millions and millions and billions of miles that surround our Earth, but we can only live and see Earth, so we can't even fathom what's beyond the atmosphere and what's even beyond that. So we can't fathom the great size of the universe.
Well, I think like the darkness, the cave, kind of represents ignorance or being naive in this case. So, especially coming from like a philosopher, they like to focus a lot on knowledge and ignorance. So I think going up to the sun is like realizing like I'm ignorant and like there's a whole other thing out there that's actually real.
Yeah.
So once you get used to like being in darkness, that's all you see, and you're not used to seeing what's actually there.
It's almost like you're analyzing yourself and you're like, okay, this is real, this is fake. I'm going to go towards what's real.
So pretty much it's kind of like human perception, and it's like if you haven't seen anything, then you're not gonna know what it is. Like you're not really gonna believe it. So like as the people were in like the cave and the shadows, like they could see the shadows of things, but like
they didn't see the actual objects.
Yeah, they wouldn't unless they actually like saw it.
Got out of the cave,
Yeah.
which is what's represented.
Then like they wouldn't like believe whether they it was real or not.
Basically, they wouldn't know what was real and what was fake, even if what was real
was right in front of me. Yeah.
Just find like a real life comparison, and from this, reception isn't always reality, but it might be the reality to us at that moment. So in the 2016 presidential election, in the polls it said Hillary was ahead by 5-10 points, was gonna win easily. Was gonna win really easily, but in the end, what actually did happen was Trump won by 5-10 points, and that's the reality of the situation. Perception is not always the reality.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I think
It's true.
I think like staying. I think like when the prisoner goes back and he tells the other prisoners about what's actually real, them threatening to kill him kind of represents how like they don't want to go back they don't want to go into light in the first place. Like they want to stay in their own ignorance.
I feel like they're kind of like scared of like the reality of things. It's kind of like, alright, let's say you go into like, let's say a haunted house and like you're scared. It's kind of like anxiety in a way, and like that they don't really want to like believe it too much because they're so held on to like their own like beliefs and everything. So it's kind of like a scary thing to like face.
Yeah, like I feel like when you try to change someone's like belief system, like people aren't too accustomed to that,
Yeah, something that they've known their whole lives.
Yeah.
they don't want to change it.
They get triggered.
It's just in our nature. It's not like it's their fault.
People are like ignorant like that sometimes.
Yeah, people don't like change, especially when it's forced upon them, and when it's not, facilitated by themselves.
But also, I feel like Plato kind of makes it seem like those with knowledge they're obliged to share their knowledge to the ignorant. So it's not like I'm smarter than you or